Welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive. Today, we are going to be digging into something pretty interesting. It's a company called Hongmao Garden, and they're making some serious waves in the European gardening market.
Oh, yeah. They've been around for a while.
Yeah, they have, and that's what caught my eye. You know, they specialize in metal garden products. So things like, those nice, sleek garbage bin boxes,
Right.
or like those really cool modular raised beds that you might have seen popping up. And what's really fascinating is they've been exporting these products for over 15 years.
Yeah, I know. It's not like a flash in the pan.
Exactly. It's not some overnight success story. So clearly there's something more to it than just, being in the right place at the right time.
Right.
There's a strategy here. So we've got some research.
Yeah, let's dive in.
Let's figure out what's behind their success.
Yeah, what really jumps out to me is how well Hongmao Garden is aligned with some of these major shifts that are happening in the European gardening market. Sustainability is huge right now.
It is.
Europeans are really conscious of their environmental impact.
Yeah.
And that extends to their gardens, too.
Absolutely. So it's not just about, aesthetics anymore.
Right.
It's really about making those eco-conscious choices.
Exactly.
Even in our outdoor spaces.
And that's where I think Hongmao Garden's focus on these durable, recyclable metal products really shines.
Yeah.
They're offering a stylish alternative to things like flimsy plastic planters.
Oh, yeah.
Which, let's face it,
They don't
end up in a landfill
Yeah, I've been there.
way too quickly.
Yeah. You buy a plastic planter, it looks great for a season or two,
Yeah.
and then it's cracked and faded, and you're like, well, okay, now I have to go buy another one.
Right.
It really makes you think twice about the materials.
Absolutely. It's not just about longevity, though. They've also gone the extra step to secure quality certifications like REACH, the 96H salt spray test, and the UV aging test.
Okay, I admit those sound a little bit technical.
Yeah.
What do those certifications actually tell us about their products?
Basically, they're a guarantee of durability and safety.
Yeah.
So REACH, for example, it restricts the use of harmful chemicals in products.
Okay.
So, for the European consumer, these certifications are a big deal.
Yeah.
They signify quality
It's like a seal of approval.
and a commitment to consumer well-being.
Yeah, especially when you're investing in something that's meant to last.
Exactly.
But I am curious, beyond the product itself, what else is contributing to their success? The research mentions something about robust production capabilities. What does that actually mean?
This is key. Hongmao Garden has invested heavily in automated facilities and strict quality controls.
Okay.
This isn't some small workshop churning out products. We're talking about consistent quality and the ability to meet the demands of a large and growing market.
So it's like the difference between a handcrafted item,
Right.
which could be charming but maybe inconsistent,
Yeah,
versus, a high-tech factory ensuring that each product is up to par.
exactly.
And I'm assuming that helps them deliver orders on time, too, which is huge for customer satisfaction.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, combine that production prowess with their 15 years of experience in the European market. That's a winning combination.
Yeah, because it's more than just understanding what Europeans like in their gardens in general, right?
Right.
It's about knowing the nuances of different regions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What works in one country might not resonate in another.
Yeah.
They've had time to understand those subtle differences, those cultural preferences that influence gardening choices in each region.
So they're not just selling a product.
Right.
They're selling an understanding of the European consumer.
Exactly.
That kind of expertise is invaluable. But what about the future? I mean, the gardening landscape is always evolving.
And that's where it gets really interesting. The research also outlines some recommendations for future success. And one key area is continued focus on sustainability.
Right.
This isn't a fad. It is the future of the industry.
Absolutely. Consumers are becoming more and more eco-conscious, and companies need to adapt.
Absolutely.
What else is on the horizon?
Well, investing in smart garden tech is another big one. Think automated sprinklers, sensors that monitor soil conditions, even apps that help you manage your garden remotely.
Oh, wow. I can see the appeal.
Yeah,
It's about making gardening easier and more efficient.
exactly. And these technologies appeal to a consumer base that values both sustainability and convenience. They help conserve water, optimize plant care,
Yeah.
and ultimately lead to a more successful gardening experience. But it's not just about the tech itself, it's about how Hongmao Garden integrates those technologies into their existing product line, creating a seamless and user-friendly experience.
That's clever. They're not just jumping on the smart tech bandwagon.
Right.
They're making it work for their specific products and their target audience.
Yeah.
It's a smart strategy, so to speak. But are there any potential challenges they might face in implementing these future strategies?
Of course, no business operates without challenges. Adapting to new technologies and shifting consumer preferences requires flexibility and constant learning.
That's a really good point.
Mm.
It's not just about having a vision for the future. It's about being able to execute it effectively.
Exactly.
What are some of the key considerations they'll need to keep in mind as they move forward?
Well, maintaining their commitment to quality while scaling up production is going to be crucial.
Right.
Ensuring that their supply chain can handle the complexities of incorporating new technologies without compromising on efficiency or timeliness will be another challenge.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a delicate balance between innovation and maintaining those core values that have brought them success so far.
Precisely. And navigating the ever-changing regulatory landscape of the European Union, especially regarding sustainability and technology, will require constant vigilance and adaptation. But from what we've seen so far, Hongmao Garden has a history of being proactive and responsive to these challenges.
So it sounds like they're well positioned for continued success.
Yeah.
They've got the products, the quality, the experience, and they're clearly thinking ahead. But what can other businesses, perhaps those looking to break into new markets, learn from Hongmao Garden's journey?
That's a great question, and one we'll delve into after a quick break. Stay with us. Hongmao Garden's journey. It's almost like a case study, in how to successfully navigate the global market.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
There's a lot that other businesses can learn from their approach. I mean,
Yeah.
it's fascinating how they've managed to not just enter the European market,
Right.
but truly thrive in it.
Yeah.
What would you say stands out to you as their most crucial strategy?
Understanding the target market. And I don't mean like surface level understanding.
Right.
Hongmao Garden hasn't just dipped their toes into European waters. They've gone deep sea diving.
Yeah.
They invested the time to truly grasp the cultural nuances, the regulations, the specific needs of European gardeners.
It reminds me of that saying,
Yeah,
don't just sell a product, sell a solution.
exactly.
They've really taken that to heart.
I mean, they've identified a problem. The need for sustainable, high-quality garden products.
Right.
And they've crafted solutions tailored to those specific European preferences. But it goes beyond just understanding the consumer.
Okay.
They've also made a clear commitment to quality and reliability,
Yeah.
which are absolutely essential in a competitive market like Europe.
Right. And those quality certifications that we talked about earlier,
Exactly.
they really solidify that commitment.
Absolutely.
It's not just a marketing tactic.
Right.
It's demonstrating a genuine dedication to meeting high standards.
Precisely. Consumers are savvy, especially in Europe.
Yeah.
They're willing to invest in products they can trust. Products that are built to last and are safe for both them and the environment.
It makes you wonder, have they had to make any trade-offs to achieve that level of quality?
Yeah.
Especially with the added focus on sustainability.
That's a sharp observation. Balancing cost-effectiveness with sustainability is a challenge a lot of businesses face. In Hongmao Garden's case, it seems like they've strategically incorporated sustainable practices into their production process,
Okay.
perhaps using recycled materials, optimizing energy use, or even partnering with suppliers who share their commitment to environmental responsibility.
So it sounds like they found a way to make sustainability a core part of their business model
Yeah.
rather than an afterthought.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they're not stopping there. They're also actively embracing innovation,
Right.
which is crucial in any industry, but especially in a market as dynamic as Europe's.
You're referring to their investment in smart garden technologies, right?
Exactly.
It seems like a natural progression considering their focus on sustainability and providing solutions for those modern gardeners.
Exactly. By incorporating those technologies, they're not just keeping up with trends. They're anticipating the future needs of their consumers.
Okay.
Think about it. Someone who cares about sustainability is also likely to appreciate the convenience and efficiency of smart garden tech.
It's like they're offering a complete package,
Right.
appealing to a very specific but growing segment of the market.
Absolutely.
But managing that kind of innovation and growth, especially across different countries,
Yeah.
that can't be easy.
You're right. It requires a strong internal structure and a network of reliable partners.
Yeah.
Hongmao Garden seems to have recognized this early on,
Okay.
building strong relationships with suppliers, distributors, and retailers across Europe.
Yeah.
This has likely played a huge role in their ability to adapt to different regional needs
Okay.
and navigate the complexities of international business.
So it's not a solo act.
Right. Right.
It's about building that collaborative ecosystem
Exactly.
that supports their growth and helps them reach those diverse European markets.
Exactly.
What a fascinating journey.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, what else can we glean from their success? Are there any universal lessons that other businesses, even those outside the gardening industry, can take away?
Absolutely. Hongmao Garden's story underscores some fundamental principles that are applicable across industries.
Okay, like what?
The importance of in-depth market research, a commitment to quality and innovation,
Okay.
building strong partnerships,
Yeah.
and a willingness to adapt to evolving consumer needs.
Yeah.
These are timeless principles that can guide any business towards success, regardless of the industry or market they operate in.
It seems like they've managed to strike a balance between staying true to their core values,
Right.
sustainability and quality,
Yeah.
while constantly adapting and innovating to meet the ever-changing demands of the market.
Exactly.
It's a valuable lesson for any business leader, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. And what's particularly inspiring is that they've achieved this in a traditionally low-tech industry like gardening,
Right.
proving that innovation can blossom anywhere. But I'm curious, what about you? What has resonated with you the most about Hongmao Garden's story?
I think what strikes me is how they've managed to create a brand that stands for something more than just selling products.
Yeah.
They've become synonymous with sustainability, quality, and a genuine understanding of the European gardener. It's not just about selling a planter.
Right.
It's about offering a way to connect with nature in a responsible and stylish way.
That's a great point. They've managed to build a brand identity that resonates with their target audience on a deeper level. And that, I think, is one of the key takeaways here.
Yeah.
Understanding your customer, their values, their aspirations, and finding a way to connect with them authentically.
It's a powerful reminder that business success isn't just about numbers.
Right.
It's about creating a brand that people believe in and feel connected to.
Right.
But I'm also intrigued by something you mentioned earlier about the challenges they might face in the future.
Right.
Can we delve a little deeper into that? What are some of the potential roadblocks they might encounter as they continue to grow and innovate?
Of course. One potential challenge is managing growth without compromising on quality.
Right.
As they expand their product line and enter new markets, maintaining their commitment to high standards will be crucial. Ensuring that their supply chain can keep pace with demand, that their production processes remain efficient and sustainable, will require careful planning and execution.
It sounds like a balancing act.
It is.
Managing growth while preserving those core values that have made them successful.
Exactly. And then there's the constant need to adapt to evolving consumer preferences and technological advancements. The gardening industry, like any other, is constantly evolving.
Right.
What's popular today might be outdated tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Staying ahead of the curve, anticipating trends, and being willing to pivot when necessary will be key to their long-term success.
It's a reminder that success is not a destination.
Right.
It's a journey.
It is.
A journey that requires constant learning, adaptation, and a willingness to embrace change.
Precisely. And that brings us to another crucial point: the importance of data-driven decision-making.
Yeah.
As Hongmao Garden continues to grow, they'll need to leverage data to understand their customers' track trends and make informed decisions about product development, marketing, and expansion strategies.
It's fascinating how data has become such an integral part of modern business.
It really has.
It's no longer enough to rely on intuition or gut feeling.
Right.
You need hard evidence to back up your decisions.
Absolutely. And in a global market like Europe, where consumer preferences can vary significantly from region to region,
Yeah.
data becomes even more critical.
Okay.
It allows businesses like Hongmao Garden to tailor their approach to each specific market,
Yeah.
ensuring that their products and messaging resonate with the local audience.
So data-driven decision-making, adaptability, and a strong focus on customer needs. These seem to be the cornerstones of Hongmao Garden's success.
They really are.
But what about their future strategies? The research hinted at some interesting directions they might be taking.
Okay.
Can we explore those a bit further?
Of course. One area that seems particularly promising is their investment in smart garden technology.
Right.
As we discussed earlier, this aligns perfectly with the growing trend of sustainability and convenience in the European market.
right? Those automated sprinklers and soil sensors, even gardening apps we talked about.
Exactly.
It's taking the guesswork out of gardening
It is.
and making it more accessible to a wider audience.
Exactly. And it goes beyond just making things easier for the consumer.
Okay.
Smart garden tech can also play a significant role in promoting sustainable gardening practices.
How so?
By optimizing water usage, monitoring soil conditions, and providing tailored plant care advice, these technologies can help reduce waste, conserve resources, and minimize the environmental impact of gardening.
So it's a win-win situation.
Exactly.
Consumers get a more convenient and enjoyable gardening experience,
Right.
while also contributing to a more sustainable future.
Precisely. But what about the specifics of their approach to smart tech? What sets them apart from other companies dabbling in this space?
That's a good question.
What's interesting is they're not just jumping on the smart tech bandwagon blindly.
Okay.
They're carefully integrating these technologies into their existing product line, ensuring that the transition is seamless for their customers.
So it's not about creating a separate line of smart products.
Right.
It's about enhancing their existing offerings with intelligent features.
Precisely. For example, imagine their modular raised beds equipped with built-in sensors that monitor soil moisture and automatically adjust watering schedules, or their garbage bin boxes with integrated composting systems that track decomposition and provide feedback to the user.
That's clever. They're
Yeah.
not just selling technology.
Right.
They're selling a holistic, user-friendly experience that seamlessly blends functionality with sustainability.
Exactly.
But I'm curious, are there any potential downsides to this heavy reliance on technology in gardening?
That's a valid concern. As with any technology, there's always the potential for glitches, privacy concerns, and a learning curve for some users.
Right, not everyone is tech-savvy, and some might even prefer that traditional hands-on approach to gardening.
Exactly. That's why it's crucial for Hongmao Garden to ensure that their smart garden tech is accessible and user-friendly for all types of gardeners, regardless of their technical skills.
Okay.
They'll need to provide clear instructions, intuitive interfaces, and reliable customer support to ensure a positive user experience.
So it sounds like a delicate balance
It is.
between embracing innovation and ensuring that it doesn't alienate their core customer base.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there's also the issue of data security and privacy.
Right.
As they collect more data from their smart garden devices, they'll need to be transparent about how that data is used
Yeah.
and implement robust security measures to protect user privacy.
That's a crucial point.
It is.
Trust is paramount in any business, especially when it comes to handling sensitive data.
Precisely. Building and maintaining that trust will be essential for Hongmao Garden's continued success in the smart garden tech space.
So while there are challenges to overcome, it seems like their move towards smart gardening aligns perfectly with their commitment to innovation, sustainability, and providing solutions for modern gardeners.
Absolutely.
But what other future strategies are they exploring? The research mentioned something about streamlining their supply chain.
Yes.
Can you shed some light on that?
Of course. As they continue to expand into new markets and increase production volume, optimizing their supply chain will be crucial for maintaining efficiency and profitability.
Right. It's one thing to have great products and a solid marketing strategy.
Right.
But if you can't deliver those products to your customers efficiently and reliably, it all falls apart.
Exactly. Streamlining their supply chain could involve several strategies, such as partnering with logistics providers who specialize in international shipping,
Okay.
optimizing their warehouse and distribution network, and implementing technologies that improve inventory management and order fulfillment.
So it sounds like they're taking a holistic approach.
Yes.
Looking at every step of the process from production to delivery
Exactly.
to ensure a smooth and cost-effective operation.
Precisely. And by optimizing their supply chain, they can not only improve efficiency and reduce costs,
Okay.
but also enhance customer satisfaction by ensuring timely deliveries and reducing the risk of stockouts.
It's fascinating to see how all these different aspects of their business are interconnected.
Yeah.
From product development to marketing to supply chain management, every piece of the puzzle needs to work together seamlessly to achieve sustainable success.
Absolutely. And Hongmao Garden seems to understand this principle, taking a strategic and integrated approach to every aspect of their business. But before we get too carried away with the operational side of things,
Yeah.
I'm curious, what about the human element?
Okay.
How has Hongmao Garden managed to build such a strong team and foster a culture of innovation and excellence?
That's a great question. After all, a company is only as good as its people. What insights can we gain from their approach to talent acquisition and leadership?
From what I've gathered, Hongmai Garden seems to prioritize attracting and retaining top talent by offering competitive salaries, benefits, and opportunities for professional development.
Right.
They also seem to foster a collaborative and supportive work environment where employees feel valued and empowered to contribute their ideas.
It sounds like they're creating a culture where people feel motivated to learn, grow, and do their best work.
Exactly. And that's essential for fostering innovation.
Yeah.
When employees feel valued and supported, they're more likely to take risks, share ideas, and push the boundaries of what's possible.
It's a reminder that building a successful business isn't just about having a great product or a smart marketing strategy. It's also about investing in your people
Yes.
and creating a culture that encourages growth, collaboration, and a shared sense of purpose.
Absolutely. And Hongmao Garden seems to have mastered this aspect as well, creating a work environment where innovation and excellence thrive. But I'm curious, what about you? What's resonated with you the most about Hongmao Garden's approach to building a strong team and fostering a positive work culture?
I think what stands out to me is their emphasis on collaboration and empowerment.
Yeah.
It's not about top-down control.
Right.
It's about creating a space where everyone feels comfortable sharing their ideas and contributing to the company's success.
Yeah.
And that kind of environment breeds creativity and innovation.
That's a valuable insight. It's a reminder that leadership is not about dictating, but about empowering others to achieve their full potential.
Yeah.
And that's something that any business leader, regardless of industry, can learn from Hongmao Garden's example. But before we wrap up this part of our deep dive,
Okay.
I'd like to circle back to something we touched on earlier.
Okay, what's that?
The importance of data-driven decision-making.
Okay.
Can we delve a bit deeper into how Hongmao Garden is using data to inform their strategies and make informed decisions?
Absolutely. It's one thing to say data is important,
Right.
but it's another thing entirely to actually implement data-driven decision-making into your business operations.
Right.
How is Hongmao Garden using data to gain a competitive advantage?
From what I've gathered, they're utilizing data in several key areas.
Okay.
First, they're tracking consumer behavior and preferences through online analytics, social media engagement, and market research.
Okay.
This allows them to understand what their customers want, what their pain points are, and how they can tailor their products and marketing messages to resonate with specific target audiences.
So they're using data to get inside the minds of their customers, so to speak.
Exactly. And that's invaluable for making informed decisions about product development, pricing, and marketing campaigns. But they're not just looking at external data.
Okay.
They're also analyzing internal data related to their production processes, supply chain, and sales performance.
So they're using data to optimize their internal operations as well.
Precisely. By tracking key metrics like production efficiency, inventory turnover, and delivery times, they can identify areas for improvement and make data-driven decisions to streamline their operations and reduce costs.
So it sounds like they're taking a comprehensive approach to data analysis, looking at both the external market and their internal operations to identify opportunities for growth and improvement.
Absolutely. And that's a key takeaway for any business leader.
What's that?
Data is a powerful tool that can be used to gain insights, inform decisions, and drive success. But it's not just about collecting data. It's about analyzing it effectively
Yeah.
and using it to make strategic choices that align with your business goals.
It's a reminder that in today's data-driven world, intuition and gut feeling are no longer enough. You need hard evidence to back up your decisions.
Exactly. And that's something that Hongmao Garden seems to have embraced, creating a culture of data-driven decision-making that has undoubtedly contributed to their success.
This has been a fascinating exploration of Hongmao Garden's journey so far. We've learned about their commitment to sustainability, their strategic approach to innovation, their focus on building a strong team and culture, and their embrace of data-driven decision-making. But I'm curious, what about the bigger picture? How does their story fit into the broader context of the global gardening industry? What trends are shaping the future of this industry, and how is Hongmao Garden positioned to navigate these changes?
That's a great question, and one that deserves a deep dive of its own. Let's explore the future of gardening and how Hongmao Garden is shaping that landscape.
Okay, so let's talk about the future of gardening. We've spent a lot of time unpacking Hongmao Garden's success story,
Right.
but I want to zoom out a bit. How does their journey reflect what's happening in the global gardening industry as a whole?
You know, it's a great question because their success isn't happening in isolation. Hongmao Garden is riding a wave of trends that are transforming how people think about gardening, especially in developed markets like Europe.
Okay, so what are some of those trends? What's shaping the future of gardening?
Well, one trend we've already touched on is sustainability. Consumers are increasingly concerned about the environmental impact of their choices,
Right.
and that extends to their gardens.
Makes sense. People want to know where their products come from, how they're made, what happens to them at the end of their life cycle.
Exactly, and this is pushing the industry towards more eco-friendly practices. Using recycled materials, reducing water consumption, minimizing packaging, and even incorporating composting and other regenerative
So
methods.
it's not just about selling products anymore.
Right.
It's about selling a responsible approach to gardening.
Precisely. And Hongmao Garden's perfectly positioned to capitalize on this trend with their focus on durable, recyclable metal products. They're offering a sustainable alternative to the traditional plastic or wood options, which often end up in landfills.
It's a smart strategy.
Right.
But sustainability isn't the only trend shaping the industry, is it?
Not at all. Another major trend is the increasing urbanization of our world. More people are living in cities, often with limited outdoor space.
Right? So balcony gardens, rooftop gardens, even indoor gardens are becoming increasingly popular.
Exactly. And this is driving demand for space-saving solutions. Vertical gardens, modular planters, and even hydroponic systems that allow people to grow food in small spaces.
It's fascinating how gardening is adapting to these changing lifestyles.
Yeah.
No longer something you need a sprawling backyard for.
Absolutely. And this ties into another trend, the growing interest in food security and self-sufficiency. More people are interested in growing their own food, even if it's just a few herbs or vegetables on their balcony.
I can see the appeal, especially with concerns about food prices, supply chain disruptions, and the desire to know exactly where your food is coming from.
Exactly. And this trend plays right into Hongmao Garden's strengths. Their modular raised beds are perfect for growing vegetables and herbs in small spaces, and their durable metal construction ensures they'll last for years.
It's like they've anticipated these trends and developed products that cater to these evolving needs.
Precisely. And they're not stopping there. They're also embracing another major trend we've discussed, the integration of technology into gardening.
Right, those smart garden systems that monitor soil conditions, automate watering, and even provide personalized plant care advice.
Exactly. These technologies appeal to a new generation of gardeners who are tech-savvy and looking for ways to simplify and optimize their gardening experience.
Like taking the guesswork out of gardening
Yeah,
and making it more accessible to those who might not have the time or expertise for traditional methods.
absolutely. And this is where Hongwell Garden's forward-thinking approach really shines. They're not just selling products, they're developing a whole ecosystem of smart gardening solutions.
It's a smart strategy considering how fast technology is evolving. They're positioning themselves as leaders in this emerging space.
Precisely. And this brings us back to your initial question about how Hongmo Garden's story reflects the bigger picture. They're not just a company selling garden products, they're a microcosm of the global gardening industry itself.
So they're embodying these trends: sustainability, urbanization technology, and a focus on customer experience.
Exactly. And their success demonstrates that businesses that can adapt to these changing dynamics, anticipate future needs, and offer solutions that resonate with consumers are the ones that will thrive in the long run.
It's an inspiring story and one that offers valuable lessons for any business regardless of industry. But I'm curious, beyond these trends, what other challenges and opportunities do you see on the horizon for the gardening industry?
Well, one challenge will be navigating the increasing complexity of global supply chains. Climate change, political instability, and economic fluctuations are all creating uncertainty and volatility in the global market.
Right. We've already seen the impact of these disruptions on various industries, including gardening.
Exactly. And this will require businesses to be more agile, resilient, and adaptable in their supply chain management. They'll need to diversify their sourcing, build stronger relationships with their suppliers, and have contingency plans in place to mitigate potential risks.
So navigating this global landscape will require a blend of strategic planning and flexibility.
Absolutely. And another challenge, but also an opportunity, is the increasing demand for personalized experiences. Consumers today expect brands to understand their individual needs and preferences.
So it's not just about selling a one-size-fits-all product anymore.
Right.
It's about tailoring the experience to each individual customer.
Precisely. And this applies to gardening as well. Consumers are looking for gardening solutions that fit their specific lifestyle, space constraints, and gardening goals.
I imagine data and technology will play a big role in providing these personalized experiences.
Absolutely. Businesses will need to leverage data to understand their customers' preferences, track their gardening habits, and provide customized recommendations, advice, and product offerings.
So the future of gardening is heading towards a more personalized, data-driven, and technology-enabled experience.
Exactly. And Hongmao Garden, with their embrace of innovation and their customer-centric approach, is well positioned to lead this transformation. They're not just adapting to change, they're shaping the future of gardening.
This has been a fascinating deep dive into the world of Hongmao Garden and the broader trends shaping the global gardening industry. We've learned about their commitment to sustainability, their strategic approach to innovation, their focus on building a strong team and culture, and their embrace of data-driven decision-making. But most importantly, we've seen that they're not just selling products. They're selling a vision for a more sustainable, convenient, and enjoyable gardening experience. And that's a vision that resonates with consumers around the world. So for our listeners who are interested in learning more about Hongmao Garden and their innovative products, be sure to visit their website at www.hongmaogarden.com or reach out to them directly at katrina@hongmaogarden.com in the story. And if you're looking to spruce up your own garden, consider incorporating some of the principles we've discussed today. Choose sustainable materials, embrace technology, and most importantly, enjoy the process of connecting with nature. Until next time, happy gardening.